Denver's airport offers hundreds of lucrative contracts to vendors, and every business should have a fair shot at getting one of those contracts.
The airport has been using an incentive program for years that bypasses the competitive selection process and is not aligned with an executive order.
The incentive program is costing the airport significant amounts of money without any proven benefit.
We examined how management at Denver International Airport selects and contracts with concessionaires for food and beverage locations, retail shops, duty-free shops, and passenger services. The airport is supposed to use a competitive bidding program called Request for Proposals to fill concession space. Instead, some concessionaires are allowed to bypass this process as a benefit of the airport's incentive program. Denver's airport is one of the busiest in the country. With millions of people traveling through, these concessions are highly lucrative. Businesses don't need an additional incentive to want to operate there.
The airport could also be losing out on revenue by not ensuring that they're working with the most competitive vendors.
Preventing other businesses from being able to compete for the profitable contracts is unfair and inequitable. Competition promotes public trust and opens up opportunities for businesses owned by women and people of color. Meanwhile, the rules for determining which concession vendors receive the highest ratings in the incentive program are complex and incomprehensible. This makes it difficult to apply ratings and other program rules equitably.
Our office audited the concessions program in 2014 and recommended that the airport regularly assess the incentive program's effectiveness. That evaluation never happened. Now we believe it is in the airport's best interest to discontinue the premium value concessionaire incentive program.
We also found the airport faces a significant backlog of expired contracts within its current concessionaires. The airport allows certain concessions to hold over when their contract ends. Management allows some businesses to continue operating as if they were still under the original contract, in some cases indefinitely.
In some cases, such as during the COVID-19 pandemic or construction projects in concessions areas, holdovers are helpful. But there should be documented justification and limitations to how long vendors should expect those holdovers to last.
We found some holdovers have been operating since long before the pandemic started, and some going back more than a decade. The average length of time contracts have been held over past the expiration date of the contract is more than 5 years. Allowing indefinite holdovers could prevent competition for the contracts. It could also mean less revenue for the airport and fewer opportunities for other businesses. It is unfair to require some businesses to go through the competitive process while others can maintain their initial contract term for years past their expiration. Airport management needs to make its contracting process more transparent and fair. Every business deserves a chance to compete, and we need to make sure small businesses aren't getting shut out. Airport management has been receptive to our recommendations, and I look forward to seeing their progress when we follow up in the future. Well, that's it for this episode of Ask the Auditor. If you have a question, you can submit it to auditor@denvergov.org, and maybe your question will be the next question we answer on the next episode of Ask the Auditor.